You're listening to the Game Guys Podcast with Zachary Nielson, brought to you by Shelby Company.
Welcome to the first episode of the Game Guys Podcast. My name is Zach Nielsen, and my guest today is a YouTube gamer that I've been watching for about 3 years now, and honestly, I'm one of his biggest fans. I'm very excited to announce VintageBeef.
Hey man, nice to finally talk to you. I followed you on Twitter such a long time ago, and now we're together.
Yeah,
and I'm honored to be the first guest.
Thank you so much for being on, man.
That's not a problem.
So we got a lot of questions on Twitter, but before we get to those, I have a few that I would like to ask you myself.
Yeah, no problem.
And one is going to get a little bit controversial, I think.
Controversial already, starting off with a bang.
We'll just get into this right now.
Sure.
So there's been a few Mindcrackers leaving lately, and there's a lot of people really confused about it, and they don't understand what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, what do you think about that?
What do I think about the whole situation?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, things change. Like people are adverse to change, and I found on YouTube it's magnified tenfold. Like people hate anything new, anything different. All of a sudden, it's like, no, bring back the old thing. And,
yeah.
You know, people go separate ways, and there's growth involved. And I mean, we're not like the funny thing is, just because they're no longer like part of the official group, it's not like we don't talk to them. Like I talk to Jenny B quite often, actually. He suggests games for me to play, and I
really?
try to suggest stuff for him to play too. But he plays everything, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we still talk. It's not a big deal. People make it out to be a bigger deal than it really is. It's cool, guys. Just be cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, next question. If you could go back to when you first started YouTube, would you change anything at all?
That's a good... I don't think I would, because I think that where I am now has been such a fortunate series of events that, like, I'm like a believer in the butterfly theory. I don't know if you know, like...
Oh, yeah.
You change one little thing somewhere and it alters... I mean, this is
everything that's going to happen.
Exactly, yeah. So I don't think I would, because I like where I am now. I don't want to, like, I'm not aspiring to be more popular, so I don't think I'd go back and be like, oh, if I could have done this, I would have had this many more subs. So I'm cool. I'm cool with everything, how it is and how everything has turned out. So yeah, probably not.
All right, cool. So this one is going to get more into Minecraft related. What do you think Mojang has to do to keep Minecraft fresh in the coming years? With, like, so many people just get bored of it easily, you know, even yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But then it seems like it comes back. Do you think it has a real place in the future of gaming?
I think it has a place. I think it always will have a place. It'll always have like a niche following. There will always be people discovering it for the first time. Like, where have you guys been? You know, but there's always somebody. Like, I still know people who play games and have no idea what Minecraft is, and that just blows my mind, because this game is like one of the most popular games ever, if not the most popular. But in terms of keeping it fresh, what Mojang has to do is, I think updates are huge. Like, when we were getting constant updates, people were always picking up the game, and they wouldn't want to stop playing, because as soon as they got bored with the current state of the game, they had like a new state of the game coming out, you know? So updates are really important, and I think this next update is gonna be pretty fun. New mob. And some fighting mechanics, which is what a lot of people who play Minecraft would want. There's a lot of PvP based games that are really popular, like UHC. So this is going to be a game changer, and I think people are going to start like just flowing back into the game and playing it more and more.
Do you think the Microsoft HoloLens is any place in that, or is that just going to be another fad
in the future of Minecraft?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you. Like, I have not been able to try it myself. From what Good says, Good Boulderfist, he's part of a Mindcrack team, for those of you who don't know. He got to try the HoloLens firsthand, and he is so excited about it. And Good doesn't get super excited about too many things, so that's a good sign. I don't know personally. I hope it does. From what it sounds like it's gonna be revolutionary for not just Minecraft, but a whole bunch of things.
Yeah, definitely. I could agree with that, but what I saw of it, that I don't think that it's gonna have a big difference on Minecraft itself, because what they were showing at E3 and stuff, it just kind of looked like you could explore the world. You couldn't really do much with it, though.
Right. Yeah.
So it's interesting to see where that goes.
Yeah, exactly. If they can, it is. I think it's still pretty early on in development, so maybe they can add something. But even just exploring the world with that sort of view would be really, really
that's
cool.
Going to be pretty sweet.
I don't see it having like a lot of staying power. Like once you do it once, you're probably like, okay, well that was fun, and probably not going to do it again. But I think it'll be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get one and try it out when it comes out.
Yeah, me too.
Sweet. So what's your advice for new YouTubers?
I always say this when I get asked this question, and people it's sort of a boring answer, but I think consistency is so important.
Oh, definitely.
When somebody, I mean, that'll have subscribers, people subscribing to your channel, because they'll know, okay, this guy is going to put out whatever 3-4 videos a week consistently, and I want to watch these videos. If you have a YouTuber that puts out, one video a week and then puts out like 3 in the next week in like a single day or something, people are just confused as to what's going on. So if you can keep a nice steady schedule, I think that's really important. And another thing is playing games you actually like. Don't play games just because they're popular. Just play games that you like. And as for my channel, like coming up, I'm gonna be playing some really weird games that you probably would not see on my channel, but I always avoid playing them because just like I don't think people are gonna watch this, but I'm just gonna start doing it, man. I'm just gonna it's like the YOLO YouTube life.
I was about to say that.
YOLO. You only live one YouTube life. It's you only live one YouTube life, so it's like YOLO. Anyway, so I'm gonna start playing a bunch of games. Just play what you like, and it really comes through when people are watching that you actually enjoy what you're doing. Don't play a game just because it's like the current fad.
Yeah, and I think another thing is don't do it just to get views and get money and get famous.
Oh yeah, oh definitely.
Because a lot of people are doing that I've been seeing.
And you know what's a huge indicator of that is when somebody will email and say, I'm starting my new channel. Here's my logo. Here's my intro to every video I do. Like, don't focus on that stuff. That stuff is the least important. Just start with the videos, and then you can focus on that stuff. And another thing, one last thing, if you want to actually be successful in YouTube nowadays, in like the gaming realm, probably don't play Minecraft. Because there are so many channels and probably millions of videos.
Probably.
For Minecraft, like you will not, unless you get struck by like YouTube lightning from the YouTube gods, you will probably not get noticed with Minecraft. Just play whatever you love. Well, if Minecraft is something you love,
what about that?
Well, if it is something you love, play it, but don't expect to like, next morning you wake up and you've got like 1,000 subs or something,
Yeah. So into that, there's a lot of people saying that Facebook is actually going to be taking over video. What do you think about that?
Taking over video?
Like,
their
popular video platform.
Really?
YouTube. Like, because they've been implementing a lot of new features, and they're even when you post a link now, it'll suggest that you upload it natively on Facebook.
Really?
And there's a lot of people saying that they think it could really take off. Do you think? I mean, it seems weird to me, honestly.
I don't think. No. Like
Not
I'm
a
on
chance?
no, I mean I'm on Facebook. I have a Facebook account. I don't see it. Like when I go on Facebook, all I see is just spam from everybody. I don't know. I don't see it being the new medium for video sharing. No, not Facebook.
Even if they implemented like everything that YouTube has and more, you still don't think so? Because there's already so many people on Facebook. Everyone's on Facebook.
Yeah, this is true. There are a lot of people on Facebook, but I don't think people go there to watch videos. And the people that are on there now they're probably not the target. I don't know. Maybe they are. It's weird. I don't see it happening though with Facebook. I just see Facebook as something like it's like Facebook's like one of those like trashy magazines or something. I don't know how to explain it.
That is a perfect way to explain it.
Yeah, you open the magazine, you get like it's like 2 seconds of entertainment per I guess block in the magazine. Yeah. And you're done with it, and you don't really want more from that magazine. That's what you went to the magazine for. I don't think people are going to go to Facebook to like watch half-hour-long videos and subscribe to people's Facebook channels, I guess.
Yeah.
Channel books.
Well,
I don't
there's
know.
also the aspect that they do autoplay their videos, so a lot of those videos get tons of views just because people are seeing it.
This is
So
true.
if they like put ads on there, potentially you could get a lot of money very easily.
If they put ads on it, though, I don't think it would. That would be really annoying. Like if I'm scrolling through my Facebook feed and I just see video after video, and it's not even the video, I just see ad after ad is what I'm seeing. You know,
Well,
like I don't know. It would certainly help the content creators, I'm sure.
yeah, but
Um,
Facebook is known to be putting ads in your face like that.
this is true, but now they're going to be playing on your your
Yeah,
face.
but
Like you're going to have ads everywhere. Like even the thing that you actually come to Facebook for, which is somebody's post, it's going to be an ad.
pretty much, yeah, but there's not really anything we could do about that because I still think that eventually that's going to be the point to where it gets. Not necessarily that it's playing like the audio of the ad or anything, just
Right.
auto playing in the background, and then you're scrolling, and then that counts as like a view toward it.
Right. But what gets your attention though, like on a Facebook video, is it not the screenshot of the video?
True.
So if you're like scrolling and all you see is ads, then you'd have to start reading titles. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Maybe they start off the video, then place the ad. 10
Oh, that's
seconds.
sneaky though.
Yeah,
That is so sneaky. They're
That's
gonna-
what marketers do.
I guess that's right. Like they start playing like the first 5 seconds.
Yeah.
That's actually brilliant.
Be sucked in, then you want to watch the video.
Oh man, that's
Who
really
knows
smart.
what's gonna happen?
I still don't think Facebook's going anywhere with like I don't know.
Taking over YouTube.
Yeah, I think YouTube is here to stay.
So do I, personally. What about like Vimeo?
Vimeo seems more of like sort of one-off videos.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems more of like discover me type videos. Like here, I made this really cool video. Come and watch it. I really like the layout and stuff, and I like the actual Vimeo player and everything.
Yeah.
It's really nice. It's a really nice site, but it's not on the same level. Like YouTube is just all encompassing, like the god of video platform.
It's in its own place.
Exactly.
So a little bit back into Mindcrack. What do you see yourself in the future of Mindcrack? Like, do you ever plan on leaving for any reason? Do you think that it's gonna last forever? What do you think's gonna happen with Mindcrack in the future?
Well, I'd like to announce my departure. No. I don't plan on, as long as they'll have me. The thing is, Mindcrack has evolved. It's not just the server anymore. It's just a group of friends. And we say that, and people probably don't believe us. They're like, yeah, whatever, group of friends. But when we get together at these conventions, it's amazing. Like, I'd never met Milby before this last convention. It was awesome to meet him on Arcus, too. Like, Arcus is super tall. I was, like, intimidated by Arcus. But, yeah, we hung out. It was fun. Jay Sano was hilarious. Like, me and him are really different. He's, like, a superhero, and he's got all these amazing jobs, and he drinks. I don't drink. Jay Sano is quite the drinker. But I like, in my head, I think if I drank, that's the guy that I would drink with, because he's like the coolest guy. But yeah, we are just a group of friends, so as long as like nothing happens personally, I don't see myself leaving anytime soon. Like, I'm all about group unity and supporting the group and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try to help as much as I can. And yeah, like as long as they'll have me, I'm there to stay.
What about like Mindcrack as a whole group? Do you think that's gonna make it for the long run?
I think so, man. We got a lot of cool stuff. Goo doesn't get as much credit as he should probably get. He works on a lot of things behind the scenes, and most of those things don't see the light of day, and that's because it's for the betterment of the group. But he does a lot of work behind the scenes, and we've got some cool ideas coming up, and I don't think Mindcrack is going anywhere. If anything, we're just going to grow.
All right, sweet. So how do you feel about new members into Mindcrack?
I'm cool. Like, it's fine with me.
Like, is there a point where there's too many, or?
Yeah, I think we're already past that point. There's a lot of people to keep track of. You can't. That's why here's with big groups. What happens is they always fragment into subgroups and smaller groups. And I know for a fact that some people in the group don't feel like they're like a part of the group as a whole. And I think that feeling extends to even people like me who've been there from the beginning. Like, I don't feel in touch with all the people in the group, and I think that's normal though. because there's just so many people and so many different personalities that it's only natural that some people will mesh well with other people and not as well with me. So I think we already are at a point where it's too big, but I welcome new members. Like, the more ideas we have, the more activity we have, the better it is in my eyes.
Do you think that there's ever like a limit where there's no way you're gonna add any more people?
I'm sure there is, but like, it depends where Mindcrack goes.
Yeah.
If we're trying to do the stuff that we're trying to do now, adding another like 25 people, impossible. There's no way we can do it.
Definitely.
But if we're looking at it as more of a general group, then we could have like for instance the Mindcrack network. We could have thousands and thousands of people under the Mindcrack name, and they'd be part of the Mindcrack group, but they wouldn't really be involved with, decision making, because there's no way they could be. There's no way we could include thousands of people in the decision making. So I'm sure there would be a limit to that. But in terms of being part of the group, not like the inner core, but part of the group as a whole, then there's probably no limit at all.
All right. Great answer. So let's just go to a couple of Twitter questions, because there's quite a few, and I want to.
Oh boy, here we go.
I want to try to get as much of them as possible.
All right.
So the first one's from @BeardedKitty, and it's a beard-related question.
Of course it is.
It says, "What do you do to take care of your beard?"
Well, you have to treat it. You have to treat it well.
Indeed.
I feel there's two schools of thought with beards. There's the guys who just let them grow naturally and don't really shape them or trim them or anything like that. And then there's the ones who kind of shape and trim. I'm more of the shape and trim camp. Like, I'll shape up my neck so I don't have like beard hair going down my neck, almost connecting to my chest. That would not be a good look. I shape up like the top part of, I guess, the cheeks, so that it's not all scraggly and homeless looking. You've got to shampoo it, you've got to condition it, you got to blow dry it, otherwise you get dandruff under there, man. The water dries under there on your skin. It's not good for your skin. You've got to blow dry your beard, folks. If you have a long one. If you have a short one, it's not a big deal. Towel dry is fine. But if you've got a long beard, blow dry it. You should oil it. And I think, I said condition it. There's specific beard conditioners which I use. And I wish I could give the company a plug. I think it's called Bluebeards.
Yeah, I think I've heard of them, actually.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm pretty sure that's what I use. And it's been pretty good for me. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, you just got, it's actually more work than shaving. So people, if you're growing a beard because you don't want to shave because it's a lot of work, you're in for a nasty surprise.
Unless you don't care what you look like.
This is true. If you don't care, then just let it go.
Yeah. What oil do you use?
I think it's called Pure. It's like Puur. I got it off, actually somebody gave it to me from Etsy, I believe. So I don't think it's like a well-known brand or anything. Yeah. But the scent is called Lumberjack.
Of course it is.
So I think it's pretty sweet.
Personally, I've been growing my beard out the past almost a year now. And I use everything from Beard Brand. I think they have really good stuff. Beard
Brand.
Yeah, they have like all the oils, the mustache waxes, the cleaners, everything.
I forgot the waxes too. That's really important if you don't want a scraggly looking beard. Yeah.
Especially if you have a really thick mustache.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely need to get some of that.
Yes.
So next question on Twitter, @TylerPerky_Perky says, what would you have named Mindcrack?
Oh man, that is a question I've never gotten before ever.
Oh really?
That's amazing. What would I have named it? I don't know. I would say, like, I probably would not have named it Mindcrack.
Yeah, I don't even know where that came from.
I probably would not have named that. Like, I guess it makes sense because Minecraft is so addictive, like, for your mind. So it's like Mindcrack. So it does make sense. Like, Good picked the name, obviously, and he started this whole thing. But I probably would. I don't know what I would have named it, but probably that would have never crossed my mind because it's not as PG as I'd like it to be. And be like, your kid is coming home and they're like, yeah, I just watched this really cool video from a group called Mindcrack. And the parents like, what? Yeah, you're not watching those videos anymore. But yeah, I probably would not have named it that. As for what to name it, I nothing crosses my mind right now. But that's a great question, Tyler Perky.
Have to think about that and answer him.
For sure. I'll like tweet him or something.
Yeah. And then I have no idea how to pronounce this, but I'm gonna go ahead and try anyway. I think it's at the real Phoebos. Says the classic question, how is Bubba?
Oh, Bubba's great. He's sleeping as usual. I always get that question. He's sleeping. He's always sleeping. He's actually going in for like, I'm going away on vacation for 2 weeks. So tomorrow I got to take him in to meet like other dogs at this sort of like dog resort he'll be staying at for 2 weeks. So he's going to meet other dogs. It's going to be great. He's going in for a cleaning also tomorrow afternoon, like a wash and a nail clipping. And he loves that place so much. He doesn't want to leave when I go pick him up. It's kind of weird. It kind of hurts my feelings. He doesn't want to come home with me. But yeah, he's good. He's doing good.
Great. And then one more, then I'm going to get into some other topics. At Kevin Reevy says, where did you get the name Vintage Beef?
Okay, this one I get all the time. So
I actually don't know the answer.
Well, when I first started doing YouTube, I was trying to think of a name because the first thing you got to do is set up your channel. Yeah, so I just wanted a name. Like I wasn't even trying to get cutesy with it or whatever. Like everything was taken. If you didn't put numbers or like X's in your name, then it was taken. And so I just started coming up. I'm pretty sure a thesaurus was involved at some point. So I just started coming up with things that applied to me. And so I used to be a butcher, or not really a butcher. We were called meat cutters, but really all I did was package meat and put prices on it at Loblaws. You know what Loblaws is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I used to do that. I worked in the meat department for Loblaws. So that got me I tried meat and I thought, meat's kind of weird, but beef was kind of cool. So I got the beef part from that. And then the vintage part was like, I did it like a long time ago. So like a long time ago, old, vintage. And so I came up with that. And then I put the two words together and it sounded pretty funny at the time. So I'm like, I'll do this. I remember actually, this is something I never told somebody, but I was like, I think I was at my parents' place when I was thinking of this. And my sister was there and I go upstairs and I'm like, hey, I think I found a name for my YouTube channel. And she's like, what are you talking about? Oh, I'm starting a YouTube channel. I'm going to play games. And here's the name. And I told her and she's just like, she looked at me and she's like, yeah, that's stupid. But I went with it anyways. And it worked out.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well, I'd say.
Yeah.
So you were saying how like there was nothing available that didn't have numbers. What about people making channels today? What would you suggest for their name when they're deciding a name?
That is so tough. Use a thesaurus. Like come up with something. Like come up with something you like freaky guy, freaky guy XL or something like that. And then like use a thesaurus for every word in that name. You'll end up with something ridiculous that probably nobody has. But yeah, I'd like to know the stats on how many official YouTube channels there are. Yeah. It's probably ridiculous. And the names, like all the good names are taken. Just come up with something crazy.
I think, it's like as time goes on, there's not going to be any usernames without numbers pretty soon.
Exactly. You just have to be really, really creative. Like start spelling things backwards even, Combine a few words, put them all backwards. Throw some X's and smiley faces in there, and you're good.
Or the double X on each end, the classic Call of Duty name.
That was okay. So when I first started, I actually had a name, and I really liked, Space Invaders, the game.
Yeah.
So I had this whole thing where I really liked that style of graphics, like the 8-bit. I don't even know if that is 8-bit. That's probably like, I don't know what that is, but I really liked the whole Space Invader graphical theme. So I started with a channel called Space Invader, but I had X's on either end, like a capital X and a small X. And then that was like way before I started my Vintage Beef channel. I don't even remember. I think I did put up some videos on that channel, and I don't think it exists anymore. I should look it up actually. But that was my original name. I had to put some X's on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Were those original videos still gaming videos?
Yeah, I've never done anything other than gaming videos. I'm starting to get into different stuff now. Like my Loot Crate stuff is not game related, and my house reno stuff isn't game related. Yeah. And I'm probably gonna try. And I've done some real life stuff from like vacations in Portugal last year, which I'm probably gonna try to do again this year. But most, like 99.9%, is video game related.
Yeah. So that reminds me, a lot of people were in the tweets were asking if you were going to make more videos of the house.
Yes, of course, but things don't happen as quick as people think they do. Like
As they want them to either.
exactly, I can't go and make a video of the house now because it looks pretty much the same as it did the last time I made a video of the house. Things that are happening now are not exactly like YouTube material. Like there's gonna be electricians running in there running wires. There's gonna be plumbing happening. Like if you guys really want to see a plumber
That's
work
some
on
quality entertainment.
work on like a PVC pipe, then maybe I can I can record him doing that. I don't know. There's nothing going on right now at the house that necessitates a video. But as soon as something interesting happens or has happened, then I'll let people know. But yeah, I'll keep everybody updated for sure.
Sweet. And now, so at Gurfboy asked, did the remaining Mindcrack members take a hit to views when Etho, B-Dubs, and Jenny left?
A hit to views? I don't think so. I don't see how them leaving would affect anybody else's channel. I guess maybe if they were playing on the server a lot, the server views may have taken a hit because people who were fans of them and maybe watched only them for the server videos, every once in a while they might check somebody else's channel out, but I don't see that being a huge impact or having a huge impact on anybody's channel at all. I don't know the facts though, so maybe they did, but I'm gonna probably guess they didn't.
Do you think that people leaving has any effect on the group, like as a reputation?
As a reputation, I'm sure people think of us differently. Some people will be upset their favorite guy left or whatever.
Yeah.
And of course we're looked at as the bad guy, but I think most of the time it's not really, I don't know, it's not, you can't really explain to people that it's, everything is fine, we're just we're going in different ways, it's better for both parties if this happens. People don't see it like that. So I'm sure, yeah, most people I think are rational human beings.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yes. So I don't think it's a big deal, but I'm sure some people see us in a negative light, or maybe people who didn't like those guys for whatever reason might see us in a positive light. It works both ways.
Yeah. So Mike Chepo asked, what would you do if you didn't start YouTube?
I'd probably still be in the photography game. The photography game. Make it sound so gangsta. But no, I was doing photography for used car websites. So it was really, honestly, it was one of the best jobs you could have, but it just paid nothing. Like nothing.
Oh,
It was
really?
really, really bad. You couldn't live off of it. But what I was doing was traveling to different dealerships Monday through Friday, taking pictures of the cars that they want to sell, like used cars mainly, sometimes new, but most of the time used. And then I'd go home and post them to the website that was paying me to do it. It was really easy work. I love driving. I love photography. In the summertime, it's great. You get to cruise around all day, windows down, go to a dealership,
Yeah.
take pictures of cars, and go home.
Sounds like the life.
I would probably still be doing that, even if the pay was crap. I'd find some other way to support myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a really cool job. I enjoyed it a lot.
So do you do any photography now, like at all?
I don't really have time these days
Yeah.
to go out and do stuff like that, but I want to. When I first, like, other than the car stuff, I used to do a lot of macro photography. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah, I used to like take my macro lens is like my favorite lens that I own. I used to do a lot of insect stuff and plants, flowers, stuff like that. But nowadays, yeah, there's not much time for anything.
Yeah. So Danny Cola asks, what's the first game you remember playing as a child?
The first game I remember playing. Okay, so the first game I think I remember playing was on my cousin's. Oh gosh, what is this system called? It was like a really old. Let me look it up real quick. Old consoles. But it was like a cowboy game. It was like a futuristic cowboy game for a weird console with a keyboard on it. I don't remember what
Oh,
it
really?
was called. Yeah, like it had a built-in keyboard. It looked like a typewriter, and then you put the console or put the cartridge in the top of it. Oh man, I really would love to remember this thing. But anyway, that's the first game I actually remember playing. And it was at my cousin's house, and I remember he got an Atari right afterwards, and then he actually gave me that console, and it was the best. Oh man, I loved it so much. That really got me hooked into games. Like, he started everything. My cousin is to blame for everything. But yeah, that's the first. I wish I could remember the name of this game. There's no way I think I would ever remember it.
Really?
Yeah, it was a cowboy game. I'm sure somebody out there will know. It was a cowboy game for a system with a keyboard built into it that looked like a typewriter, and it was like Space Cowboys 2020 or something crazy like that. I remember it was a weird title like that, but that's the very first game I remember playing.
Well, I've never heard of that kind of a console.
I know. I wish I could find the name of it.
So one of your super fans that you probably have interacted with on Twitter before, Vintage Beard,
Of course.
wants to know, what are your thoughts on the drives of fan accounts?
On the what?
The drives of a fan account, like his account, for example.
I don't mind it. It's kind of cool that somebody would take the time to do that. It's sort of like it's flattering, really. Fan accounts are, I mean, there's so many, but it's really, really cool if somebody takes the time to actually like dedicate an account just to you. That yeah, I have no problems with that at all. Vintage Beard, he's been tweeting me a long time. But yeah, it's cool. I have no problems with it at all.
Do you think it has any like sort of drive toward views or anything? Like, people see it and they're like, wow, this guy must love him so much, I should check him out.
I'm sure some people do that, but I don't think that's the reason people actually start those accounts.
Yeah.
At least I don't think. And if it is the reason, chances are you're probably not getting too much out of it. I don't think there's a lot of people that go, oh, look, this Vintage Beard guy, let me go and check out his channel because he likes Vintage Beef so much. I don't think that happens as often as people think. But if that happens, then just go for it.
All right.
Oh, I found the name of the system.
Oh, sweet.
It's called the Magnavox Odyssey.
What a name.
Yes, Magnavox Odyssey, and I think it was the Odyssey 2. And now I'm going to try to find the name of that game. I swear I'm going to find it if it kills me. Cowboy game. It's going to happen. Showdown in 2100 AD.
These names, man.
That's the name of the game. That's the very first game I remember seeing at my cousin's house on the Magnavox Odyssey 2. So there you go.
This console looks weird.
Doesn't it? It's like a little typewriter looking thing.
Wow.
That's the one. And he gave that to me, and I don't remember what I did with it. I think my parents eventually threw it out, which sucks.
Yeah, that's a literal vintage memento.
Yes, it is.
So now we have a very important question from @1QUp. Cake or pie?
Oh, I'm a pie man myself. I've never been into cake. In fact,
exactly the same.
I have a delicious strawberry raspberry pie in my fridge right now, and I will have a slice of that pie in honor of this question. As soon as we're done the interview, that's what I'm going to do.
Awesome. I think I should go get some too then.
Do it.
Another very important question from MJ Lacula or something like that says, when did you discover that you had legs?
Oh my God. Get out of here with that question. It's so weird that actually, like, people actually believe that joke from Good. We were actually recording Ragecraft last night and it came up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And at first, like, when he first made that joke, it didn't bother me because I thought, it's funny. People don't actually believe it. But when people started actually, like, messaging me saying stuff like, oh, I didn't know you didn't have any legs, I'm so sorry, you're an inspiration, and that started to bother me because I felt guilty, right? Because these people, like, they started looking up to me for not having legs, and here I am with two perfectly good functioning legs. So
oh my God.
Yeah, that started upsetting me a little bit. And then when I went to Minecon for the first time, the very first Minecon, I actually, like, was on camera for the first time, so people got to see that I actually had legs.
Oh, yeah.
So now it doesn't bother me as much anymore because I think most of the time it's people just trolling. But yeah, when it first happened, it did bug me because I felt the biggest guilt ever. Like, I'm an inspiration to these people, and there's no reason that I should be.
I didn't know that it ended up going that far.
Yeah, I didn't think it would. I thought people would see through the joke. Like, I think the original joke was, I don't go to conventions because I don't have any legs. That was the original joke. And then people were like, oh my God, that's a terrible thing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they actually believed it. Oh, it was not fun.
So I forgot to ask earlier, what made you actually start your YouTube channel?
Just watching other guys having fun, like a combination of things. It was watching guys like X and Co, and then Good and Anderzel, and I was watching them, and they were having so much fun playing this game. That actually started me playing Minecraft. So I started playing Minecraft, and then I thought, well, if they can do it, I mean, maybe I'll give it a shot, and it'll add like a different dimension to me playing Minecraft, because I'll actually have people to show things to.
Yeah.
So I started watching them and then playing myself, and then enjoying like the interaction that people had in the videos. It was great at the beginning. I could interact with everybody, and it was like a small community of people. You know, I'd ask them for opinions, and I wouldn't get thousands of different opinions. I would get one or two, and it was really, really cool. But yeah, that's what got me started. I just wanted to, for one thing, have as much fun as those guys that I was watching, and another thing, just add another dimension to me playing Minecraft. Like, it added more interest for me.
Yeah. So last question, but this was actually asked by at least 5 people. If you would move to the United States, which state would you live in and why?
That's tough. Let me see. Where have I been? I've been to Massachusetts. I've been to Florida. I've been to New York. I've been to Texas.
Texas.
Texas represent. Out of those states that I've been to, and I've probably been to more, I just can't remember, I'd probably pick Massachusetts, because Boston was sorry, no Texas, because Boston, I was in Boston for PAX. It's such a beautiful city, like the old architecture and stuff. I think I could just, and the climate seems to be really similar to what I'm used to, so I'd probably move there. But if I'm going by what other people have said and things like I've seen on TV, I'd probably pick a state like LA or Hawaii. Who wouldn't want to move to Hawaii? Seriously. Right?
Well, I think that's all of the questions I have for you today.
All right.
So I really want to thank you for coming on. It's really an honor for me.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Hope to have you again sometime in the future.
You just hit me up.